What's up, everybody? J-Dub here, bringing you a little Search and Destroy gameplay on the map Carbon. This is the second episode of Search and Destroy Sunday. So if you watched the first series, welcome back. I appreciate you coming in. If you're new around here, this is just where I talk about tips and tricks in Search and Destroy, and I upload every Sunday. So real quick, I'm going to talk about my tactics here in the beginning of the game. If you notice, I started just a little bit after the start of the game. I'm a rusher, and so my game depends on my opening route and how I get to that point. And basically, I need to beat the enemy to my point to where I feel like I can get to and win the gunfight. So you start off here. I get a nice little triple feed. Basically, that was a result of me waiting out the enemy and making them get into a position that was advantageous to me, really. And then that leads into my first mistake. I was so geared up from that triple feed that I forgot to check up above me. Luckily, I had a teammate with me that was paying attention, and he ended up cleaning it up. So that's the end of the first round. But yeah, it's important that you take your time. If you're sort of halfway in a game, make sure you don't rush blindly into a situation, because traffic patterns are going to be different midway through the game, at the beginning of the game, and all that stuff. Here, actually, I'm going to talk about my second mistake. Another thing that I was avoiding at the beginning of the game was also all the javelins. You could hear all the javelins going and coming down. Obviously, this was a clan that I was facing, and they were all using javelins. I heard it at first, and I should have noted it for the second time around. I did not pay attention, and that ended up causing me to die. Mainly, for two reasons. One, they were shooting it, and so they were shooting their javelins. And the second reason was because I was shooting at him and not killing him. So he knew exactly where I was. And so it was really easy for him to put the javelin kind of on me. And so it's best to, in Search and Destroy, if the other team's using javelins, it's best to find a spot inside if you hear one go off. And it's very easy to know, to recognize the sound of a javelin. So anyway, on this run, I rush underneath. I like to check the top because that's my opening rushing route, and I think that's a very strong opening route for offense, is up above on that catwalk. And so I like to check that when I'm walking down, because an elevated position is going to give you an advantage in a gunfight. And so I was checking that. Luckily, a guy dropped down, and I ended up picking up the kill. If you see me here, I kind of rushed their spawn, and this is another mistake that I made. I think I probably shouldn't have rushed their spawn. There was no reason to. They've got to come to us, and they've got to plant the bomb to win this round. I think I was more or less looking to extend my kill streak and maybe try to get to my UAV and get to my other kill streaks. So it ended up working out for me in this particular situation, but I wouldn't recommend it. There's no sense in rushing back into a spawn. In that situation, just make them come to you and find some cover. You don't want to die, especially if you're using assault kill streaks, and dying will kill that. So right here, I speed this up because I'm playing dead. I was telling my teammates, I was like, I want to try a ninja defuse, to be completely honest. I was like, see if you can maybe like cover B really well, and then I'll sit over here at A, see if he plants, and maybe I can try to ninja defuse. That was something that I really wanted to do, something I've been trying to do. I'm not very good at it, to be completely honest. So you see the bomb gets planted over at B. Most of my teammates die, so I'm kind of doing this by myself. It's a one-on-one situation, and so what I want to do is check this area. It's very simple to get to be in an advantageous spot, and this is a little line of sight I want you to know about. If you come up on this catwalk, you can see down into that area, and a lot of people, if they plant there, especially in a one-on-one situation, they're probably either going to be here or they're going to be back on that catwalk there that looks at the bomb. That's probably a better spot to defend the bomb from, especially if you plant it in the right spot. You see, my one of my teammates was there earlier defending that bomb from that spot back there right in front of you. You can see it really well, especially if you plant like on the front side, so they have to defuse on the front side as well. So here we switch to offense. We've got a 3-0 lead, and I'm going to throw my care package and do that. I'm not sure I like kill streaks that take me out of the rushing route. Like I said before, once it gets into a little bit of the game, you never know where people are going to be. Like, I rush based off my knowledge of traffic patterns and different things like that. So like, I have an idea where people are going to be when I go out. In this situation, see, everybody died and I was cut behind, and I think I probably hurt my team by having a kill streak that I couldn't use like on the fly. Like I had to throw the care package, wait for the care package. So I'm sitting here and then I just get lucky there. And then right here is where I make another mistake. I went in there knifing. I probably should have went in shooting. Probably might have come out of a different situation. But anyway, yeah, if you're using that, you're waiting on that care package, you're leaving your team at a disadvantage by putting them out there. You're putting 5 men out on the field while they're putting 6 or 3 and 4 or whatever the situation is. So even though I use care packages a lot, mainly because of the chance of getting something sweet, I wouldn't recommend it in Search and Destroy. So here we are going to the last round here. I'm going to use the Predator missile at 222. And I'm going to get lucky here. And you'll see most of the people are using blind eye. And I just kind of throw it at a spot that I think somebody might be. And I got lucky. And that's something I would suggest too. Like try to remember, try to know your map. Try to know where people might be in certain situations. There's somebody normally always back there in that spot. So it's always a good idea to kind of pay attention to those things if you're going to launch a Predator missile, because a lot of people do run blind eye and Search and Destroy. It's one of those few blue perks that I think actually makes sense in Search and Destroy. A lot of things don't. I don't think Scavenger makes sense. I don't think even Sleight of Hand. I've seen it used and I've used it before, but I don't think it's entirely important. I think something like Extended Mags would be more advantageous to this game style, because I think Sleight of Hand is built for encountering multiple enemies at one time, and trying to get into a gunfight and do it that way. But in this situation, you're generally only going to face probably got to see one guy at a time, maybe 2. So you should be able to kill them with one clip. And so really your only useful blue perks are Blind Eye and Recon. Those are the 2 that I think are the best, and maybe Extreme Conditioning. So those are your 3 blue perks that I think you should probably use. So anyway, that's the end of the gameplay. We win 4-1. It was pretty easy victory. I think I went 13-3 in this game, and I hope you enjoyed Search and Destroy Sunday. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Y'all have a great day. Peace.